The city of Philadelphia became the scene of a horrifying tragedy on February 1, 2025, as a Learjet 55 business jet crashed shortly after taking off from Philadelphia International Airport. The aircraft, which was on a routine flight, encountered severe mechanical issues just moments after becoming airborne. The crash, which occurred in the city's northeast, sent shockwaves through the community and left a trail of devastation in its wake. Homes were destroyed and the once peaceful neighborhood was turned into a scene of chaos and despair. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of aviation accidents. The wreckage, scattered across the area, painted a grim picture of the event's severity. The Learjet 55, a twin-engine business jet known for its speed and agility, was no match for the catastrophic event that unfolded. Despite its advanced design and engineering, the jet succumbed to the mechanical failure that led to the crash. The aircraft, a symbol of luxury and efficiency, was reduced to a smoldering wreck, a testament to the unforgiving power of the crash. The flames and smoke that billowed from the wreckage could be seen for miles, drawing the attention of onlookers and emergency services alike. As emergency responders rushed to the scene, the magnitude of the disaster became chillingly clear. Firefighters, paramedics, and police worked tirelessly to control the blaze and search for survivors. Their efforts, though heroic, were met with the harsh reality of the situation. The community, now united in grief, began the long process of healing and rebuilding in the aftermath of this tragic event. The Learjet 55, destined for destinations unknown, had only just begun its journey when disaster struck. The flight, which departed from Philadelphia International Airport, was meant to be routine, a quick hop across the sky. However, fate had other plans. Minutes after takeoff, something went terribly wrong, sending the aircraft plummeting to the ground below. The sky, once a canvas of blue, was now marred by a thick plume of black smoke, a grim beacon signaling the tragedy that had transpired. The impact shook the surrounding neighborhood, sending residents running out of their homes in terror. Amidst the chaos and confusion, one thing was clear: a terrible accident had occurred. In a cruel twist of fate, the debris from the ill-fated Learjet 55 found its way into the Four Seasons Diner, a popular local eatery located half a mile from the crash site. The diner, usually bustling with the chatter of patrons and the sizzle of cooking, was transformed into a scene of chaos and panic as a large piece of debris smashed through a window. The debris, a chilling reminder of the tragedy unfolding nearby, struck a man who was enjoying his meal in a booth. The impact sent shards of glass and twisted metal flying through the air, leaving the man injured and in shock. Patrons and staff alike scrambled for safety, their peaceful lunch hour shattered by the unexpected intrusion of disaster. The Philadelphia plane crash claimed the lives of all 6 individuals on board the Learjet 55. The tragic incident unfolded in the early hours of the morning, shrouding the city in a somber mood. The aircraft, which was on a routine medical transport mission, suddenly lost control and plummeted to the ground, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Among the victims were the pilot and co-pilot, both experienced aviators, who had dedicated their lives to the skies. Their expertise and commitment to their profession were well known in the aviation community. They had successfully completed numerous missions, making this crash all the more shocking and heartbreaking. A dedicated medical team consisting of a doctor and a paramedic was also on board. These healthcare professionals were on a mission to save lives, transporting a patient in need of urgent care. Their selfless service and dedication to their duty were evident in their everyday actions, making their loss a significant blow to the medical community. Additionally, a mother and her young daughter, who had just received life-saving treatment in the United States and were returning home to Mexico, were among the passengers. Their journey was supposed to be a hopeful return to normalcy after a challenging period, but it ended in unimaginable tragedy. Their lives, filled with promise and purpose, were tragically cut short. The mother had been looking forward to reuniting with her family and friends, while the young daughter had a bright future ahead of her. The loss of these innocent lives has left a void that can never be filled. On the ground, the casualties included 1 confirmed fatality and 19 injuries. The impact of the crash was felt far and wide, with emergency services rushing to the scene to provide aid and support. The community came together in the face of this disaster, showing resilience and solidarity. The deceased victim was tragically in a car at the time of the crash, in the wrong place at the wrong time. This individual was simply going about their day when the unthinkable happened, highlighting the unpredictable nature of such accidents. The injured, some with serious wounds, were scattered across the area surrounding the crash site, in parking lots, on the streets, in their cars, and even inside their homes. The aftermath of the crash saw a flurry of activity as rescue workers and emergency responders worked tirelessly to assist the victims, providing medical care and support to those in need. The community's response was a testament to the strength and compassion of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Section 5. Searching for answers. The investigation begins. As the dust settled and the initial shock began to wear off, investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, descended upon the crash site, determined to uncover the cause of the tragic accident. The investigation, a complex and meticulous process, will involve analyzing the wreckage, reviewing flight data, and interviewing witnesses. The black boxes, crucial pieces of equipment that record flight data and cockpit audio, have been recovered from the wreckage. These boxes, often referred to as the silent witnesses to aviation accidents, hold valuable information that could shed light on the final moments of the flight and the events leading up to the crash. Section 6. A community in mourning. The Philadelphia plane crash has left the city and its residents reeling. The tragedy, a stark reminder of the fragility of life, has cast a pall over the community, leaving many in a state of shock and disbelief. The victims, both those on board the aircraft and those on the ground, are being remembered for their lives and the impact they had on those around them. The crash has left an indelible mark on the city's psyche, a reminder of the ever-present potential for tragedy in a world where danger can lurk around any corner. The healing process will be long and arduous, but the city of Philadelphia has a history of resilience, of coming together in times of adversity. Section 7. The Long Road to Understanding. The investigation into the Philadelphia plane crash is expected to be lengthy and complex, with investigators meticulously piecing together the events that led to the tragedy. This process involves a detailed examination of the crash site, where every fragment of the wreckage holds a clue to the mystery. The investigators will spend countless hours sifting through debris, looking for any signs of what might have gone wrong. The NTSB, known for its thoroughness and commitment to transparency, will leave no stone unturned in its pursuit of answers. Their team of experts will work tirelessly, analyzing every piece of evidence with precision and care. Meetings will be held regularly to discuss findings and strategize the next steps in the investigation. Every piece of wreckage, every line of data, and every witness testimony will be carefully examined. The data collected from the aircraft's black boxes will be crucial in understanding the sequence of events leading up to the crash. Witnesses who saw or heard anything unusual will be interviewed to gather as much information as possible. The investigation will delve into a myriad of factors, including the aircraft's maintenance records. These records will be scrutinized to ensure that all maintenance procedures were followed correctly and that there were no overlooked issues that could have contributed to the crash. The pilot's experience and training will also be a focal point. Investigators will look into the pilot's history, training records, and any previous incidents to determine if there were any gaps in knowledge or experience that could have impacted the flight. Weather conditions at the time of the crash will be analyzed in detail. Meteorological data will be reviewed to understand if adverse weather played a role in the incident. This includes examining radar data, weather reports, and any warnings that were issued. Any potential air traffic control issues will be investigated. Communication between the aircraft and air traffic control will be reviewed to ensure that there were no misunderstandings or errors that could have contributed to the crash. The goal is not only to determine the cause of the crash, but also to identify any contributing factors that could have played a role in the tragedy. By understanding all the elements that led to this unfortunate event, the NTSB aims to improve aviation safety and prevent similar incidents in the future. The findings will be shared with the public and the aviation community to ensure that lessons are learned and necessary changes are implemented. Section 8. Honoring the victims, supporting the families. As the city of Philadelphia mourns the victims of the plane crash, our thoughts are with the families and loved ones who are left to cope with the unimaginable grief and loss. The victims, each with their own unique stories and aspirations, will be remembered for their contributions to their families, their communities, and the world. The families of the victims, now facing an uncertain future without their loved ones, deserve our unwavering support and compassion. In the face of tragedy, it is our collective responsibility to offer solace, strength, and resources to help them navigate this difficult time. Section 9 Conclusion: Finding Hope in the Face of Tragedy. The Philadelphia plane crash serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of our world. While we may never fully comprehend why tragedies like this occur, we can find solace in the resilience of the human spirit and our capacity for compassion. As the city of Philadelphia begins to heal, let us remember the victims, support their families, and cherish the preciousness of life. The investigation into the crash will undoubtedly provide valuable insights that could help prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. As we move forward, let us honor the memory of those we have lost by working towards a safer and more resilient world.